depression. There's different forms of depression. Some are low, some are lower than low, some are so far gone that, a person, it may take a lot of professional help, maybe medication, things of that nature to help. But the thing is this with depression. People always judge people when they're depressed, and they say casually, go get some help. You should go get some help. And what people need to understand is when people are in certain states of depression, whether it's manic or just in a funk, the blues, postpartum, sometimes the person's, they're not thinking rational. They're not thinking rational. Sometimes they're a whole other person. That depression has taken over their mind, and it alters chemicals, and they aren't the same person. So to tell someone when they're going through that, you should just go get some help. No, if you see it, you should be the loving person or the loved one or the friend or whomever in their life to say, hey, let's go get you some help. You gotta learn how to see those things. Some things can be prevented with people if the people in their lives around them love them and care about them enough to aid them in getting help. Find out what you can do from a resource, or keep that person close until you're able to figure it out to get them to the right resource or get them the right help. But to just tell someone who's in a other state of mind or in a manic state or thinking unrational to just think rationally and go get some help is like telling someone who's been physically cut, stabbed, or shot, just put a Band-Aid on. Just clean it up, put a Band-Aid on this. It'll be okay. No, because at that point in time, that person's not going to be okay. And we have to also stop expecting a one-time therapy session or one-time talking to a spiritual leader session is just going to voila, make everything disappear. It doesn't work like that. It didn't take an instance to get a person to that state. It took a collective of things, a stack of things, a duration of things. So it's going to take duration to get out of that and grow from that and recognize the signs when it's time to, okay, go do this because I know that I feel this coming, or meditate, or pray, or go get some help, or go talk to someone. Once they've found out what they can do to get tools to cope, no matter what it is, whether it's exercising, dancing, screaming, going to talk to someone, medication. We don't know what that may be because every human being is different. You can't just throw up something in the air and expect it to work for everyone. So the next time someone shows a sign or hints on that they're not feeling well, and not just physically, but mentally, or you see signs, try to talk to them. Try to talk to them, find out, don't just give them a pat on the head and it's going to be okay. That life doesn't work like that. We can save a lot of people's minds and souls and spirits by just being there, and not giving up, and then not making them feel like it's something unrepairably wrong, I'll say. Because it can be repaired, it can be maintained, it can be monitored, things can be fixed, to a point where the person is aware when these emotions or when these feelings or things are arising in them so they can be in front of it. But we can't continue just to tell people, you need to, well, that's your problem because you should have just went in, or something's not right, they're not in their rational mind. They're not in their rational mind. When something happens or occurs in life, things take you to another place or a different feeling or emotion. And sometimes people come out of that state not even realizing, I missed this much time in a person's life. I missed this much things that were going on around me because they were in a different state of mind. not an irrational mind. We have to understand that. And there are things modernly that can help people, and there are things that are sometimes old-fashioned that can help people. There are spiritual things that can help people. There's all different various things. There's no cookie-cutter way to help every issue. There's just not. We have to get out of that. So the cookie-cutter answer is just go to therapy, or you could just no. Gotta stop doing that to people. If you see an issue, be a decent enough human being, decent enough person in their life to say, hey, do you need some help? Hey, let me talk to you. Hey, let's find this. Be a friend, be a partner, be a significant other, be a brother, be a sister, be an uncle, be a auntie, be a grandma, be a mom, be a dad, whatever it may be at that time. But mainly, just don't push them off and dismiss it by saying something like, you need to go to therapy, or you should go to therapy. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not even hearing that. They're not even hearing what you're saying. So sometimes it needs a little bit more help. So why don't you aid instead of pushing away? And it's understandable that everybody has their own things going on in life. We all get that. But worst thing we can live with is regret. Because usually when we have to live with regret, it's because we didn't take action when it was time to take action. So we'll leave everyone with that. Peace. Fight for your life.